So, welcome to Milwaukee. Welcome, right? It's good to have everyone on today. It's lower body day. It's lower body day. It's good. Love it. We're going to go through something a little bit different again. Imagine that. Something that's not the same. Going to explore a little bit differently. Feel what our legs are up to. We went through rotation, hip rotation, and I want to go through hip rotation again, just in a slightly different way. And we're going to add some flexion to it. And as we do this, we're also going to go into some squats. So we're going to go through some squatting type motions. If you have a chair available, if you have a wall available for this, it'll be very, very helpful, just in case we're going to rotate the legs into the wall and or into the chair. So it depends on the positions that need the most work. So remember, we're going to go through a bunch of different positions. We're going to find the positions that, number one, feel weak and are pain-free and ache-free. So as you're going through it again, I want you to actually say what you are experiencing when you're doing it. I'm not going to be able to hear you with that, and that's okay. The whole point of it is to make sure that as we're going through this, that it starts to become a part of what you're aware of. So as we're going through the rotation, the flexion of the hip, they're all rotations. As we are experiencing these exercises, it starts to become an internalized process so that you know exactly what can help you, right? And that's the whole point. I want you to know what is helping you rather than taking my word for it. I want it to be your word. So, transported myself back to my room. It's magic. Wonderful world of magic. So, what we're going to go through first is we're going to go through a little bit different hip rotation. So as we go through this hip rotation, we're going to go through hip rotation standing. And you can hold on to something or not. That's totally up to you. I like to hold on to something. So I'm just going to put my elbow onto the bookshelf. And as I'm doing this, I'm slightly bending my knee. And when I'm moving, I'm just going to pull this up so you can see my hairy leg. I'm literally just going to rotate in and rotate out like I'm putting out something that's burning on the ground. I don't want to say cigarette because I hate cigarettes. So I'm basically just feeling my thigh move in and move out. You can actually put your hand on your thigh and guide it lightly. So if it moves out and you feel yourself turning, you know that your torso is actually turning. You just want to feel your thigh slowly rotate in and rotate out and feel comfortable with that. And see if it changes its motion, see if it stays the same. Just nice and light. And as I do this, I can actually feel my hip change a little bit. Like my hip is going out to the side a little bit more, okay? So, still in images. I'm going to turn this off. Cool. Now, I'm going to pin this up. So, there we go. Now, from here, we're going to do the other side. Instant shorts. So, other side, hip in and hip out. Just nice and slow. Nice and guided. And just feel how the hip is spinning right within the socket as you're guiding it in, guiding it out. We're going to switch sides again. This time what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to take my heel and I'm going to slide it up my leg, up and out, and then down. So as I'm doing this, I'm getting that hip external rotation with some flexion and some abduction. So literally, I'm bringing my heel right up my shin, I'm bending my knee, and my thighs going out to the side. And then it's rotating back in. So it's a combo lift. It's just this up and out and down. If you need guidance with it, you can literally just hold part of your thigh, of your pant leg, and slowly help pull it up. Or you can lean against the wall and hold underneath and lightly guide it up and out and let it kind of come out to the side. Let it just kind of fall out to the side and then slowly bring it back down and just feel what you have. And if you don't have a whole lot, that's okay. Just trying to feel what's going on and if it feels the same on both sides. Let's try the other side. Slowly up. This side's easier for me. It doesn't want to go out, so I'm just going to give it a little assistance, a little support, and then slowly back down. And again, slowly up. Help it lift a little bit. Slowly back down. I'm losing my shorts. Let it fall. That's all I got. So this is less rotation out. Slowly down one more time. Slowly up. Goes higher. Not quite out. Right? Now we're going to do the inverse. So let me change this up just a little bit. Make it easier for everyone to see. Off camera. Wardrobe change. Here's the wardrobe change. There we go. All gray. I know, it's awesome. So now from here, I'm literally going to spin my thigh in and then slowly raise up. Spin in and slowly up as I bend the knee. Slowly in and up and down. Slowly in and up and down. Slowly in and up as I bend the knee and down. So it's just the opposite of what we did before. Slowly in and up and down. Again, I'm leaning against something right now, so my balance, I don't worry about balance. Slowly in and up. You should feel the outside part of the thigh, maybe some of those hip muscles. So I slowly let it down, so the quad's going to be involved. Rotate in and up and slow on the way down. Cool. Now let's take it to the other side. As I'm leaning back, I'm going to rotate in and slowly bend. And this is way less. Rotate in and up. And see if that changes. Rotate in and up. Rotate in and up. It's getting better. Rotate in and up. If you notice, as I'm doing these are the same positions as the bottom of a squat or a lunge. So I'm preparing for the absorption process of a squat or a lunge. Right? Now, we're done with these standing. We're going to do these seated. I'm going to bring this forward and have it pointed down so you can see me. So now, the first one was just slowly in and out. Slowly in and out. Make sure that you do this with a puppy going right past you. I heard dogs are really helpful for internal external rotation of the hip. It's in the research. Just feel that rotation in and out. Now switch it, little knee bend, and you're just feeling how it goes out to the side as you're lowering it. You're slowly bringing it up and across and out and down and up and across and out and down and up and across. Now when you're doing this, most of the time people are around it. See if there's a difference between being slightly arched and slightly rounded. See if the hip feels any different or it responds any differently. Okay, so now we're going to go through sliding up. We're going to try the same thing on the other side. Slowly slide the leg up. Notice if it feels the same. And this one is completely different for me than when I was standing. When I was standing, this one didn't want to go down at all. Look at how much range difference this is. Well, I noticed it for me, of course. You have to pretty much rewind this to the beginning to see the difference from what my leg could do. So both rotating out and bringing up my left side. It's a little deficient from my right side. Last one, just to feel the difference. Now this one is the rotation in. So I'm rotating in and then back down. Rotate in, bend, and 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 down. Other side. Rotate in, bend, and down. 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 I'm going to do the same thing laying on my back. This time I won't concuss myself. So from here, I'm just going to slide the leg up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down. One more, and up and down. Now from here, go to the other side. Slide in and down. A little range loss. And up and down. 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 Getting a little better. Now, rotating in and down. Rotate in, bend, and down. Rotate in, bend, and down. And my heel can come off the ground on this one. I just want to see how much flexion I can get in the knee and the hip together. Because if I slide it completely on the floor, then I limit the amount of hip raise. So I'm bringing this in and then slowly back down. I'm using the floor to help me on the way down, but I'm bringing it in and then controlling it back down. Back in controlling it back down and in, and controlling it back down. Okay, let's try the other one. Rotate in, control it in. Okay, that's sticky. Rotate in, down, rotate in, and down, rotate in, and down, rotate in, and down, rotate in, and down. We're going one more time. Rotate in, and down. Cool. Now, from here as we're laying down, we're going to finish it off just to see how this feels. Slowly rotate in and rotate out. Controlling it. And switch it. Really cool. Now, I'm going to go on your side. And we're going to take this and we're going to slowly rotate the thigh in and then bring it up and in. Top leg rotates in and slowly bend the knee. So as I'm doing this from the side, you can see it a little better, I think. So I'm going to spin this in and I'm going to slowly bend it up. Rotate in and bend it. So my heel stays higher than my knee. And then it goes straight. In and down. And in and down. And in and down. And in and down. And in and down. One more. And in. Oh, I lost it. And down. Cool. Now, I'm going to go right to the other side. We'll spin around so you can see it. Just spin a Rooney. Okay. Rotate in. And slowly up. I drop my knee. So I'm not looking for this. I'm looking to keep that knee at one level. So this would be a straight line back rather than dropping down. So I'm rotating in and I'm taking that knee right towards the left side of my chest. Left knee to left side of the chest and seeing if I can keep that heel up. Rotate in, keep the heel up. Controlling that hip internal rotation. Doing a little bit of side bend in there. There's a lot of stuff working in order to go through the range. Just notice how the range is completely different from when you were on your stomach and your back. Look at how high my knee's getting on this one, because we're just in a completely different position and different support. Way different. Good. Now we're going to do the other side with external rotation. So now I'm here, I'm sliding it up and sliding it down. We'll go sideways again so you can see it a little better. Slide it up and slide it down. This one's a little tougher. Slide it up, slide it down. Slide it up, slide it down. Really glad I'm wearing compression shorts. Especially if I'm posting this on YouTube. Slowly up and down. One more. and slowly up and slowly down. Cool. Other side. And slowly up, slowly down, and up, and down, and up. See if it feels the same. See if it's more difficult. This one's pretty difficult for me. Trying to go through this external rotation, abduction, flexion on a sideline position. It's pretty tough. It's just a really different type of movement and exercise. So far, this one tends to be the most difficult on all of the ranges. Doesn't hurt, just feels limited, feels incapable. And I'm just putting that in my data banks. It's getting better on this side though. Remember that. Do one more, it's improving. And I'm improving my control. Cool. Last one is on the stomach, which is going to be a little bit different. So as I'm doing this one, let me go a little sideways. It's almost like you're going to crawl on the ground, right? So from here, I go out and I go back. I go up and out and back. Up and out and back. Up and out, back, up and out. And I got to really move my torso for this. And I'm trying to keep my knee off the ground. So I almost have to turn slightly to that direction. Cool. Let's try that on the other side. See if it's the same. On this side, I do also need to turn my body just slightly. I'm supporting with my other hand. I'm going to slowly slide it up without the knee touching the ground and slowly back. So if I drop my heel down, that's already taking me into that external rotation. And I'm sliding up almost like Spider-Man. Seeing how the hip feels, how it relates to the rest of the body. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do internal rotation here with a slide up because the ground's in the way, unless we do it off the table. All right. The only way that we're going to be able to do internal rotation is from bending the knee. So from here, instead of this going down, we're just going to let the knee go out to the side and back to the middle. Out to the side, back to 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 middle. So this is a hip internal rotation because the foot's driving out to the side. Thighs got to rotate in for the foot to drop. Nice and slow. And switch sides. And just let that foot control towards the ground. It's nice and slow. You just feel the hips spin right within the socket. While that thigh is supported by the ground. You're just gaining confidence in how that hip is moving. This is more of an extended state than a flex state, but it's still going through the challenge of an anterior to posterior, front to back challenge. Supported by the ground. Cool. Now, that we've gone through standing, seated, on your back, on your stomach, supine and prone, and these sideline positions, Now we're going to put together your exercise. So I had a limitation in how my left leg was going through external rotation, flexion, and abduction, which means that it goes out, it's bad at going out, it's bad at rotating, and it's bad at coming up, right? So I'm putting together something that challenges that. Did anybody else have difficulty in the rotation out and up? Anyone else? Cool. So then this would really hit home for you. Michael, did you have trouble with it rotating in? Okay. So okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on how this looks when you challenge that external rotation and flexion. So whatever side feels okay, we're going to try it from the sideline position. So the sideline position will automatically make it a pretty big challenge, right? Actually, let's start and change it up just one little bit. Let's do it where we're going to utilize, let's utilize this in the sideline position. So let's make it simple. So in the sideline position, I want you to bend both knees. And slowly what I want you to try to do is I want you to try to push out and then relax. And just lightly push out and relax. So what we're doing is lightly trying to bring it out. And then we'll do a couple where we're trying to bring it up. And then we're going to do a couple where the foot is on top of foot. So the first one feels like you're going to do this. Second one's going to be driving up towards the chest. And third one's going to be heel on top of heel. Okay? But we're only doing it with 15% of our ability. So what I want you to do first is try to lift the entire leg off the other leg with only 15% of your ability, and then let it relax. And then do it again. And relax. We're going to do that 8 times. Try to lift it up and relax. Try to lift it up and fully relax. Let it fully drop. Try to lift it up and relax. Try to feel all of the hip muscles. Try to lift it up. Relax. Try to lift it up. Relax. And try to lift it up and relax. Now from here, see how it moves. Did it change much? It changed a little bit, but not much for me. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to try to lift it up. And I'm going to be in a pretty flexed state. So I'm almost at 90 degrees right here. So whatever's comfortable for where your feet and your hips are at, I want you to go there. Okay? So from here, I'm going to try to rotate up like this. But I'm going to make it only 15% of my ability. So from here, try to lift just the knee off a knee and relax. Fully relax. And then up, knee off a knee, fully relax. 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 One more. Knee off a knee and fully relax. Okay, now I'm going to check it again, see if it changed. That's actually a whole lot better. So I know that in this component that it's helping a lot, right? So the last one would be trying to bring the knee towards the face. So I'm going to hook my foot on foot. So as I try to go forward, I have a stopper. Slowly pull the knee forward towards the chest and relax. And pull and relax. And pull and relax. And pull, relax. And pull relax. And pull, relax, one more. And pull, relax. Recheck it, see how the range changed. That's pretty good from where we're at. So which one was it, right? Was it the both legs up? Was it the rotation out? Or was it the pull forward? What we're going to do now is I want you to select the one that made the biggest change for you. And now we're going to challenge that in a completely different way, okay? So as we're doing this, that's where the wall comes into play. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get really close to my wall. And what it's going to look like is I'm going to, because for me, it was when I started to try to push out, I'm going to place the wall right here, and I'm going to try to shove my knee into the wall this way because that's what was the most successful thing for me. If it was me trying to push towards my chest, then from here, I'm only going to use my hand as my block. So I'm here, and I'm actually going to block it with my hand, right? So those are the two separate ones that we're going to do. It depends on which one was the most helpful. If you pulled up, again, lightly brace here. So if you can see it sideways, I'm bracing here, and I'm going to pull up into my hand, and then let it relax, and then up, right? If it was down and out, that's the walls for, okay? Two separate things. I'm going to go to the wall. I'm going to start low with my foot, and from here, so my position looks about here as I push out into the wall with my thigh. So here we go. Take it to about 20% of a shove. Lightly push out 20% and relax. And as you do it, you're probably going to notice that it's difficult to even shove. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the practice of shoving. That's the whole point of this. Reinstill that connection of the ability to shove with the hip. So from here, slowly build it up to 20% and relax. Another 20%, build it and relax. Take it to 40%, push it out and relax. 60%, build it and relax. 80% and push and relax. And 100%. Push out and relax. So if that was the ranges that were going to help me the most, then my range may improve, right? And now my ranges are almost symmetrical. So now I'm going to work through that because now I have this range. Now I'm going to slowly practice it. And the way I'm going to practice it is on my back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to slowly bring it down, and then fully relax. I'm going to bring it up as high as I can, slowly down, and when I feel like I lose control, I just slide the whole leg down. Bring it up, slowly lower the knee, and when I feel like I lose control, bring the whole thing down, up, slowly lower, bring it down, all the way up, Slowly lower. Control it down. One more. Up. Slowly lower. Bring it down. Shake the legs out a little bit. See if they change in a seated position. So the same thing was up and in. A hawk just went by. That was huge. Wish it was a bald eagle. This should really change. Yeah, look at that. Completely different range of motion now. I feel my hips open up. Now that we have this, we're just going to take this and explore it a little bit into lowering into a squat, so and a single leg squat, and see how it feels. So we're going to change the perspective of this. I'm going to bring my friend the chair over. Yes, it's my only friend right now. It's my chair in this room, this lonely room. And from here, it's how I'm going to balance myself. And the only reason that we have this balancing piece in here is to make sure that you feel secure, you feel safe. So make sure the chair is stable enough that you can hold on and push lightly into it, right? So as I'm doing this, I want you to be in a comfortable width. I want to make sure that you feel the knees are just going to bend along with you. And as you fold down, feel the whole foot. So as I'm folding down, my hands are on the chair. I'm slowly going to bend, and wherever I feel comfortable. If you want chest up, chest up. If you want chest forward, chest forward. I just want you to feel and equalize the feet. And then slowly bring everything back up. I want you to feel those hips really get comfortable. Get comfortable in the position. And then slowly down. Feel the feet. And then slowly up. And again, down. And up. So this is what it looks like from front. If I had the chair in front of me, I'm just coming down slowly, under control. I'm just feeling the ankles, feeling the hips. Chair's in front of me, bending those ankles, feeling the hips and the knees and the hamstrings, and slowly coming back up through both feet. Just feel the hips working. Shouldn't be a whole lot of strain. Just make it effortless and slowly let it bend. Control it. Feel the bottom. Feel the ankles. And then slowly up. One more. And slowly down. And slowly up. Awesome. We're going to do the same thing with one leg. Slowly fold. And I want you to feel the different position of the knee and the foot. Make sure it just feels okay and smooth. The whole idea is that there's a big saying that your knee going over your toe is a bad idea. You know, I think overall you want to feel how the knee's moving. You want to feel how the ankle's moving and how the hip is moving. And the relationship between that is this exploration. Rather than just driving forward as hard as you can, you want to feel the quad working, you want to feel the calf working. You can feel the toes in the ground. And then when you're finished, you just stand back up and let it relax. The whole point is, the longer you explore with it, you're going to feel different levels of fatigue. And that's exactly what we're looking for. We're just building up some fatigue. You're noticing what is being fatigued. It's the most important part of this. That's the exercise. What are you noticing? Same leg. You get the choice. I'm either going to start by holding on, and I can start back and then slowly reach for it as my knee is bending forward, or sinking down. It's your choice. Forward with the knee or back and sink. I can even straighten my back leg out if I want to, or keep it somewhat bent. I want my chest up and hold, or my chest forward. They're all different. I want you to play with it. And when you feel fatigued, come back up. And we'll go to the other side. Slowly down. Make it easy in this first one. Just feel in a comfortable place. Use the chair. No chair. I don't have that much of a knee bend. You can see my angle right here. It's not much bend, and that's okay. Back leg can either be bending or straightening. I want to feel that whole foot. Feel what muscles are working within either the front of the thigh, the quads, or the back, or even the hip. What's happening throughout the midsection in your back. What are the shoulders doing? What's the neck doing? What are the feet doing? Am I squeezing the ground and then slowly straighten back up? And then again, explore it down. Do I want the knee forward? The back leg straight or bent? My hip back? Or my chest up? These are all options. What feels best and what makes you be able to last longer and hold it longer? And slowly up. We got one more. This time I'm going to start separated with a different approach. And this time I'm slowly going to drive the knee forward with my hands lightly touching the chair. And just make sure, because this is the knee that I had someone roll up on once. So I'm going to be really careful with it, right? But I want to explore what's happening with the front of the thigh, the calf, the foot. I'm just seeing what happens with my quads. Make sure my knee and my toe are in similar alignment with this one. My calf is working pretty hard. My back leg's working hard. Thighs working hard. And I can feel that. I'm just supporting it with my hands. Giving myself that fatigue, that light movement. And when it's done, I'm just going to stand up out of it. Right? And just shake out those legs. Shake out the legs. All right. Cool it down by just re-examining that range of motion. Slowly lift up. Way better than I started. Pretty equal. Pretty free. Even though I work my legs a little bit, my range of motion's improved. My hip feels pretty darn good. My knee feels really good. My ankles feel good. I feel more aware. Right side feels a little more difficult because I worked on the left side. So my left side's now a little bit more limber than my right side. Interesting. But you notice these things as you start working through it. So you have a whole different approach into how your legs are shooting off information to your brain that you're noticing so that you can do something about. So the process is examine the ranges of motion, the ones that are difficult but do not ache. Those are the positions that we're going to go really light with so that we reestablish that connection. And then the next set, we start grading that response. So it's more and more force so that our bodies get used to that so we can use it for other things. And that's the stuff that helps rewire the brain to make things safe. And that's why we're doing it in that process before we start doing the squats and whatnot. And we're going to be doing a heck of a lot more of that. So I'm going to turn off the recording real quick.